Hi beautiful souls and welcome back to my channel. My name's 𝒲𝑒𝓁𝒂 Healing and today we have an extra special video because it is a collaboration video, one of the rare few videos on my channel. It's a collaboration video of what spirits surround you and why. This is going to be a two-part video. My part here is technically the second part of the video, but you can watch it in whatever preceding order that you would like. The first part of the video is going to be featured on an amazingly gifted reader named Luminous by 𝒲𝑒𝓁𝒶𝓋𝓄e𝓁, who I have gotten the honor and the luxury to share a space and to get to know on a deeper level, which is just such an amazing thing to encounter in the YouTube space, the YouTube tarot community. Every corner I embark on or get to explore just amazes me even more by the people I meet, the words I get to hear, the amazing love that I get to share. It's amazing. And I would highly encourage you to go check out their part of the video, as it is extremely important to understand what they may look like or what type of spirits surround you, as this will give you more of a clarifier alongside my video over here on why these spirits are surrounding you. So all the links to Luminous by 𝒲𝓗's videos are going to be linked down below so that you can go watch the part one, and you can also go subscribe, like the video, check out their channel, see if you also vibe with them as I vibe with them. And this video, again, just to quickly reiterate, is going to go into why. So we may see things like the signifiers in your life as to how they show up, or sort of why they're showing up. If they're a seasonal person, or sort of being rather, not person. We don't know if it's a person. Could be a person. And all these type of things. I'm going to hopefully cover that here today. I've already gone ahead and pulled 4 different piles with varying oracle cards. Remember, each pile here has a lot of different oracle cards. No pile is going to have the same oracle cards, so make sure you choose wisely, and you can always choose more than one. So for pile 1, we're going to start over on the left here. This is pile 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Remember, make sure you pick with your intuition. Sometimes it can be as easy as the pile that you cannot stop staring at, or the pile that you hear within your mind, the pile that you can't just imagine not picking, these type of things. All the timestamps and links will be down below. Until we meet again, I'll see you in a minute. Hi beautiful souls who chose pile number 1. This is going to be a reading on the reason behind why certain spirits are surrounding you at this current time. As I said in the intro, this is a collaboration video on what spirits surround you and why. My part of the video is the second part, and hi, hope you're all doing well. I hope you went and checked out the first part of the video, which is featured over on Luminous by 𝒲𝓗's tarot channel. Please make sure you go check them out. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment, and send them my best regards, the most love that you have in this universe. Show them that we're a loving community. And yeah, without further ado, I guess we'll get into the reading now on why these spirits surround you. Also, before we get into it, if this video does end up resonating with you as I'm sort of laying out the cards here, please be sure to leave a like. It helps me connect to more people like you, but it helps people like you connect to more videos like these. And if you want to go that extra step, that extra mile, you can of course, join our community by subscribing. We're building a lovely, most loving viewer base that I've ever gotten the luxury to be a part of, and to be at the forefront of it, which is amazing. So please, I would love to see you join us. One of us. I'm just joking. Okay. I'm just looking at the cards here. This is interesting. Ooh. Okay. So the type of spirit that you have around you seems to be one that's very focused on like bringing into your life this sort of element of taking risks outside of what may be very comfortable for you, and to learning to have fun with it. You could be some sort of creative that I'm seeing here. You could be a creative, or you could be someone who's confined by the constraints of your mind or the possibilities of your mind, right? You could be very held back by like the limitations of the world, and you tell yourself you're held back by like money, your family situation, whatever else it may be. But it seems like your creativity or your love or your passion or your lust for something exceeds that, and this spirit is acknowledging that. Why this spirit is surrounding you is because they're trying to bring out an element of like doing something for the sake of doing it, rather than focusing on the results of what it yields. Because it seems like you're almost scared to do something because you're attached to the comfortability of what it means not to do it. And what do I mean by that? This spirit is around you because they're trying to help you sort of take a chance on your fun side, take a chance on something that is a bit less practical or a bit more creative minded. I'm going to go ahead and get more, because it seems like they're just trying to push you to sort of not be so logical oriented, like telling yourself like, no, I can't do that thing because it just doesn't make sense or it won't make me money or these type of things, or saying that, no, I can't do that. Like, I don't have enough money to do it, when in fact you could just like have fun with it, do it just for yourself. Even if it isn't, oops, sorry, I've just hit you there. Even if it isn't, something that is orientated in results. Um, Earth and ground, composure. What are you trying to tell us? Within the next few weeks, wait, adventure. Yeah. Again, this spirit is in your life almost to sort of help you see the reality of what can be and not what is, right? This spirit is trying to lighten your mind to get it into the frame of reference of what can be. It's almost like, again, we've got adventure and take a chance. You think like we got the 555. Like, you think that's just like a coincidence? Like, no, this spirit is really in your life to invoke change. I guess that's sort of the main energy here. And I know people are often discouraged or uncomfortable by the idea of change, and we don't want you to feel that way. This spirit isn't trying to do that to you. What they're trying to do is to show you practical ways that we can enjoy things and to create fun in our life while also being true and authentic to ourselves. And there's this energy here of like, we could really set ourselves free from a mindset that is keeping us confined. Like, I just want to return to this card of like financial constraints. This may talk about that you are going through money troubles, but I don't think that's for everyone. I think this is talking about locking yourself away, putting constraints on your mind, especially with attachments here. It's like you're attached to a certain way of living or a certain way of that things have to be. And this spirit is in your life to sort of show you, hey, there's something beyond that. This could be an ancestral spirit. I mean, listen, I'm not here to tell you what type of spirits surround you. That's Chai's job, but I'm just picking up there's this almost like this family mindset that the spirit is trying to break from you. And that's sort of the ancestral energy that I'm picking up, I think. It seems like within the next few weeks, you could have some sort of offer or opportunity, or you could be asked to do something, right? There's this energy here of like, you might be traveling, or you maybe have a chance to do something more with going out with people, meeting people, doing things with people, especially with earth and ground chance. Um, you might have like something relaxing happen with you, or you have the chance to do something relaxing, and you should really take advantage of it if it pops up in your life. Something that I also want to share is that you may feel like you don't have enough information right now, or that you aren't good enough, or that you aren't allowed to put yourself out there. With composure showing up, it's almost like you're being asked to remind yourself of how far you've come and the knowledge you have. And that's what this spirit's trying to do, is that they're trying to recenter you in reality, because you almost default to a previous way of living. It's like your subconscious is so attached to the comfortability of how you used to live, or the narratives of your old life, and you've sort of done this healing. You have moved into a new frame of mind, a new reference, but there's parts of you that's sort of defaulting back because you're almost scared to move forward with it. And that's why composure and open ground is showing up, is because this spirit is trying to remind you, or to help you in your life, to bring you to a state of mind where you are living in the present moment, or reminded of the present moment, right? You may have like, so for example, for the past 2 years, you could have been very focused on healing the way that you overgive to people and underrepresent yourself, and the way that you sort of turned down opportunities because it meant that you had to say no to people, and that was just too discomforting, right? This is just an example. Please just try to follow or apply. Um, and now that you've done that work on that, and you're here today, you're sitting here today, congratulations, because whatever you've been working on in the past few years, like, you've done it internally. Like, I want to give you a pat on the back. This spirit here is sort of like aligning a lot of manifestations for you. But returning to what I'm saying is, you may still have that mindset of like, oh, but what if I'm not skilled enough to do this? Or what if I'm not capable? Or what if I don't have all that knowledge? And it's like you're being asked to ground yourself in the present moment, to remind yourself of all the work you've done, all the effort you've put in, all the love you've shown towards yourself, um, or whatever it is, right? You're being asked to sort of compose and bring yourself back to where you are at. And that's why composure's showing up, is because you do have that knowledge, especially with the sword showing up and the magic in their hands, like the flames. You have the ability to create right now. You have the ability to put your energy out into the world. And not everyone has that gift. Now, you have to unlock this gift. Everyone has it innately at their core, but you have to unlock it, especially with the magician in the mirror. You've done that internal reflective work to do with why you might have poverty mindset, or why you hold yourself back. Now it's time to actually put that work into action. It's almost like you're being asked to compose yourself because you're stepping back, or you're too scared to say yes to things. and there's some opportunity or a chance of you being able to implement that into your reality within the next few weeks. And this spirit is trying to help you. That's what this spirit is highlighting, and that's why they're around you, is because they're bringing that composure into your life. They're bringing that knowledge, that sort of calmness. Okay, let me move on to some next cards, see if we can get some more. Life is speeding up. Yes, something's happening within the next few weeks. I told you. Even if it isn't like immediately within the next few weeks, it's sort of like all of the steps you've taken, they're paying off, and it only requires you to sort of do the little things of like saying yes and putting yourself out there. And that's what the antelope spirit is highlighting. And that's why this spirit is here. I feel like you've just had a transition happen in your spiritual team. So if you felt weird lately, if you felt super tired, if you felt like you are in this weird state where like, you know, you aren't where you're supposed to be, but you aren't where you were, and you just feel very uncertain or cloudy, I think you have like new spirits coming in who are channeling and giving you information. I think you guys are very attuned. I want to say that you're very attuned, and you're being asked to just have fun with your inner child and to have fun with these opportunities, because sweet results await. You've done the work. It's about putting in the meaningful steps. It's about saying yes now with chance and adventure. It's about saying yes to things and seeing where they'll lead you. Even if they aren't going to lead you to your desired results, every opportunity is a chance to sort of put those things into action, to sort of receive something new, to set a new narrative in your life. And that's why this spirit is around you, is because they're trying to help speed things up a little. They're sort of giving you a nudge. I see them like sort of pushing you over the edge. All right, we have third house. We have 5 of swords. We have 4 of cups. And we have 8 of, yeah, 8 of swords reverse, which is, okay, you're undoing any sort of mentality that may hold you back from saying yes to things. You're undoing this comfortability to do with your emotional, you may feel like an emotional deadness or apathy towards wanting to enact on certain goals or certain things that you want to do or bring into your life. And there's a reason. It's because you have to take steps that you aren't used to taking. It's almost like you're at the stage of freeing yourself. Look, okay, I'm going to really highlight this because the spirit around me wants to say this. Why this spirit is in your life is perfectly reflected by this image. You see how this person is seeing themselves in the mirror as tied up, confined, sort of bound, right? And then there's all these crows around them. These crows are representative of the fragments of this spirit, and they're undoing it. But notice how in the physical world, there's nothing holding them back. That's what this spirit is doing, is they're releasing your spiritual and mental ties right now that you're confining yourself on, because they're like, nope, no more. You can't do that anymore. We have outgrown this. We've outdone this. We have outlived this cycle. You've learnt the lesson from it. And it's almost like this spirit is giving you these opportunities. I mean, look at this hand. This spirit is giving it to you on a silver platter. It's a matter of saying yes, especially with adventure here, life speeding up, chance. Like these cards are oh my gosh, like so many different decks just sort of parroting the same message here. I can't escape it. The only thing that's holding you back is your internal conflict, and you need to listen to your internal, like, not internal compass, because your compass may be a bit confusing right now. Just sort of listen to your instincts, because with the bird here, the crow on their shoulder is like this spirit is a very protective guardian. Black crows to me represent magic, so you could be a witch or a practitioner in that way. Props to your mama. I don't know why I need to say that. Maybe like people don't give you enough credit for like your practice. You have a really unique practice. Whenever I see the black crow as well, I see divine knowledge, uniqueness. 5 of swords as well. You could feel like you've lost some sort of battle, or like you're not in the right place at the right time. There's sort of this energy here of like, hey, this spirit really wants to highlight that I am here for you. I am whispering in your ear. You can rely on me. You can call on me. Maybe their symbology and how they show up is either through bees or through crows. I'm heavily feeling the crow energy, because, I mean, you've got 2 crow cards, and there isn't that many crow cards in the deck. I'm trying to, especially with the third house. The third house is ruled by the element of air. So it could be any sort of like birds, anything that flies, dragonflies, bees, like anything with wings. That you're very connected to the air element. You could be also Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Heavily Aquarius. I'm also picking up Cancer energy. These don't have to be your sign. If it isn't, don't stress. I'm just like, there's something about those signs that I need to point out. It could be like there's a planet happening in that area of your chart or something like that. You could be overlooking or saying no to things. It's like your intuition could be saying like, reach out to that person, say that thing, ask them if they want to do that thing. Like maybe ask them out, ask them to collab, or whatever it is. Like take a chance on putting your application in on that job, even if you don't feel qualified. Put your words out there, make a blog, whatever it is, right? You could be really turning away from doing this, even though the universe is really propping you up, putting signals and signs in your life constantly, and sort of saying like, now's your time, even though you already know like now's your time. You could just be shying away from it because you're wanting to stay in that comfort zone, that confinement. And that's sort of what this spirit is here to do, is to help you with that. So let's see what some of your cards are. We have out of the chaos comes creation. You have Amazonite, Carnelian, Peach Moonstone, and Red Jasper. These could be some very amazing crystals for you to work with at the moment, but out of chaos comes creation for me is a card of like, there is a reason you're feeling this way. And you've actually learned a lot of the lessons that you need to, and it's time to step out of that chaos, right? Out of chaos comes creation. It's time for you to use the lessons that you've learned as a catalyst towards your next steps, because I think that's a part of your life path. And that's sort of just validation that if you already do that, you just keep going, keep going. And if you've been wondering if you should do that, or if your line of work sort of implores or intertwines that, then you're being advised to do that, right? We have dreams. Dreams are where your mind translates the divine. And we have light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. Yes, it's time to be seen. With dreams, okay, something I'm hearing for the dreams card, and I'm going to say it once and once only, and I really want you to hold on to this because this spirit is bugging me to say this. I have not thought of this phrase in like almost a year, but I think it's time for me to say it to someone else now, because I've needed to say it to myself. The universe would not give you a desire if you were not meant to desire it. The universe would not allow you to want to have something if you weren't allowed to have it. Just think about that for a second. You have that desire, that passion, that drive for a reason. You have that connection, that emotionality for a reason. Don't overlook it. Don't dismiss it. It may be hard and it may not be something you're able to enact on today, but taking those conscious steps of acknowledging that today I am enough, I have learnt enough, I am able to enact upon my goals in a very tangible way. And it may not be today, but maybe tomorrow. Just sort of encourage yourself and be kind to yourself right now. Especially with the third house here, your brain goes at like a million miles an hour. And I was really picking up air energy. And then we have third house. You're so critical and self-judgmental of yourself. You really don't need like an outside being or guide to hold you accountable. You already do that yourself. And that's why this guide is taking more of a lighter approach of pushing things in your favor, is because you have the capability to handle it. And now it's just sort of taking those steps of not allowing your mind to rule your reality so hard and to ground yourself. And that's what grounding is to me. Grounding is not allowing the anxieties of the future to take away from your present, and not allowing the pains of the past to take away from your present. It is reminding yourself of who and where you are. That's what grounding means to me. It's reminding yourself of how far you've come, and that you're no longer living in those spaces of harm, pain, turbulence, trauma anymore, that you've overcome them, and that you're no longer relying on the future to bring you that happiness. You're no longer relying on those anxious thoughts to sort of protect you, because you don't need them anymore. You're out of that chaos, and it's time to bring that creation. That's where you're at, my beautiful power number ones. And that's why that spirit surrounds you, is because they're helping you, remind you, and guide you in those ways. I think they're here to sort of remind you of your light so that you don't forget it, because I think you may accidentally forget it through the turbulence of your own mind, that you're sort of still calming and learning to calm down from the pain you've went through. All right, my power ones, I hope that enlightens you on why these certain spirits surround you at this current time. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. If you haven't already, please be sure to leave a like and comment your power down below. And go check out Luminous by Chai. Go check out Luminous by Chai if you did not already check out their part 1 of this collab. And until we meet again, bye. Hi, my beautiful power number 2, and welcome to your reading today on what spirits surround you and why. I'm going to quickly just reiterate that this is a collaboration reading, so please be sure to go check out part 1 of this reading, where Luminous by Chai, or links down below, go check down below. Luminous by Chai goes into what spirits surround you, and today I'm going to go into why these spirits surround you. You don't have to watch them in any preceding order, but I do advise that you check out Luminous's first. But ultimately, this is going to talk about why spirits surround you, why these current spirits that are around you surround you. I've gone ahead and pulled a bunch of oracle cards, and as I'm sort of just laying these out, if you do find that this video resonates, please be sure to leave a like on both mine and Luminous by Chai's videos. It helps us connect to more people like you, but it helps people like you connect to more videos like these. If you want to go that extra step, that extra mile, please subscribe. We would openly welcome you with loving arms and a loving embrace into our community here at LD Healing, where we're going to have more videos just like this uploaded very soon. If you'd like to get notified, subscribing is the best way. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm really feeling this pile. I feel like you guys may have heavy water placements. You could be told that like your water star seeds or something, or like Mintucket, I think, are the water ones. And then we also have I'm just gonna pull that one since I turned it over. I'll just pull that one. Where am I gonna put you? I don't want you to go over any cards. Okay, we'll go here. Find the light. Okay. Why these spirits that are around you surround you at this current time? Sort of what they're doing is they're bringing you a lot of support. You may be going through a very rough time at the moment of living under someone else's thumb or tutelage, or sort of like you're just having a rough time with it. And that's something the spirit is highlighting very heavily in these cards, with baby steps, spiritual support, woman holding a coin, clear your vibes. You could be very affected by a parental figure at the moment. And that's something that's coming up, is that your energy is being stifled by other people around you. With find your light and clear your vibes, it's almost like you're being told you can't do something or you can't act a certain way. And this spirit is kind of a rebellious spirit. I won't lie. You guys are very emotionally inclined, and I feel like you pick up the energy on people very easily. And this is sort of holding you back from fully tuning into yourself, because you may not be able to decipher what is and what isn't yours. Like, you may have days where you feel really good and really invested in your goals, and then other days where you feel like, man, I just don't want to do them. Like, I don't appreciate myself. I don't appreciate where I am. Like, I don't feel good enough. I don't have the energy to talk to people. I feel like you might just be picking up on the energy of like people around you, or people who may be thinking about you. I'm not going to recommend any exercises, because I feel like this spirit is sort of doing this work for you. Like, they're helping you facilitate these energies and come to these conclusions yourself. So I don't think you need any like protection or anything. Like, I don't think you need any protection. I think this spirit is doing that for you. What you're sort of being asked to do is to follow your intuition and your body and your feelings before it makes sense. If you don't trust or feel good around that person, there's a reason why you don't feel that way. And it may not make sense today, and everyone may love that person. They may be the life of the party, but that person may just not be someone who has a space in your life, and not that they're a bad person or they're undeserving or that you should be mean to them. It's just sort of like, if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good. If you don't feel like doing something, if you don't feel like investing in something, there is a reason. Your body is giving you a lot of signals right now, and that's something that's coming up with women holding a coin. Another thing that I want to say is that you could be heavily distracted by a lot of people around you at the moment that could be causing a lot of confusion, frustration, or anger, seemingly out of nowhere. Like, they're doing nothing, like, you know what I mean? Because I just felt really like frustrated and angry then, because someone was being a bit loud in my background, and then I paused for a moment. And I'm like, wait, why do I feel this way? I don't really care if they're loud. I don't care if it picks up on video. And I don't want to blame you guys, but I just want to say there could be a lot of frustration towards taking steps in your actual life or where you're at, that is sort of being projected very easily outwardly. And you're not being blamed. You're just being reminded that this isn't you. Your feelings, your emotions, that isn't you right now. There isn't like a huge deciphering between the outer world and your sort of pent up emotions and your goals. You know, there isn't like this deciphering. It's all just merged together. And that's why I think I was picking up water energy. You know, you pour in some poison in a water, it poisons the whole lake. You know what I mean? You pour in dye in some water, it dyes the whole water. And that's sort of what's happening here, is like other people's emotions, or your emotions from like certain other things, are bleeding into everywhere in your life. And this spirit is trying to help you with that. And they're trying to help you sort of sort that out. Something I want to say is, if you're planning to do something, particularly in your work life, whether it's like moving on from a job, creating something new, whether it's like you're planning on like learning something new or going in a new direction, like, you're being advised to do that. Don't let other people discourage you. You're very protected as well. Like, you have Archangel Metatron showing up. Like, you could have a very strong connection to angels. Maybe even Luminous by Chai said there was angels in your pile. I don't know what pile you picked, or even any of her. Actually, I don't even know yet. I haven't watched their video. But you could be very surrounded by angels. Oh, that card wanted to come out. I'll let that come out. Peaceful resolution, romance. Okay. No limitations. Yeah. I love that card. Compassion. Okay. Can I just quickly baby steps? Okay. If you're wanting to act upon a goal, you're being heavily advised to do that and to be more compassionate towards yourself and where you're at. Because it seems like it feels seemingly impossible, like you put effort in, but nothing or no results come out of it. And that's where the frustration and anger is coming from. You're not doing anything wrong. You know, you're not stepping in the wrong way. It's just that you are being asked to keep going and to not put those limitations on yourself. Like you probably say, if I don't see results in a couple months, I'll quit this. Or like, you aren't good enough for this because X, Y, Z. You don't have uh, enough knowledge or enough information. You are a celestial being with unlimited potential, and that's something that's coming up here today. You may be very connected to star beings. Why these spirits surround you is because I think this spirit is trying to bring sort of a love for yourself and your work into your life. I think they overall want you to connect to your inner child or to channel your inner child into the outer world in some type of way. It could even be reconnecting to your inner child in relationships where it's no longer focused on money or material gain, or like, you know, maybe you have a family dynamic where like they're always focused on, well, where are you at in your career? Have you had kids yet? Like it's very focused on the material world, and you're being asked to connect to that fun side to try and bring that out in other people and to not allow other people to stifle that part of you. And that's why that spirit is in your life, is because they're trying to help you take baby steps towards your goals, to show compassion and empathy towards yourself, and to see that you've done enough and you're doing enough every day, and that miraculous things can happen, particularly in terms of romance. I feel like you may feel... Actually, I want to pull more cards from this before I say anything on that. Time to heal and tend to the small things. Why? This is interesting. This may be that there is going to be some sort of healing that takes place to do with a previous relationship that you're in that actually could be causing limitations, and that's why this spirit is here. If you feel like lately you may have had like dredging up previous old feelings of a relationship or an ex-partner, something that's happening is your uniqueness, your sort of pathway towards putting yourself out into the world is tied to healing or remedying this sort of area of your life. This could also be that you are sort of trying to engage in a new relationship, but you're being asked to address the old so that you don't carry it into the new one. Or this could be saying that there is going to be a peaceful resolution. I don't like I think this spirit is sort of giving you internal resolutions and internal breakthroughs, if that makes sense. I don't think this is like a coming together of people. I think this is a coming together of your body, mind, and soul on a very subconscious level, to do with this spirit guiding you in terms of realizing how you were hurt and how you were taken advantage of, or how you may limit yourself, or where you cut yourself short. um, Especially with Find Your Light and No Limitations, you could deny the power within yourself. Like, for example, you don't think that you can miraculously manifest miracles, right? Or you are sort of someone who's just as powerful and just as knowledgeable as I or anyone else in the world, where I don't want to sit here and preach that I'm knowledgeable and I'm this amazing person and all these things, but I want to say that, you know, we're all powerful beings. That's sort of what I'm trying to get across when I share that. Um, and there's this place of like you're healing and coming out of like an egocentric place, because I feel like you may have had that demonstrated to you in a very like 3D egocentric way by your family, and you're sort of breaking that, especially with the poison. I said poison snake. Oh my gosh. So yeah, you're healing some sort of poison that was put in your system by a previous love relationship. That placed limitations on you. And that's why this spirit is here, is because this spirit has expertise in this, and it could be a very high archangel. You could even have kids with this person, and your child is teaching you a lot, and the spiritual being that surrounds you is like your child, you know, these higher beings. I'm going to pull more cards, see if we can get some more information. We have Aries showing up, which is the opposite of water, can I just say? Taurus. And Chiron. Oh, there's that healing energy. Maybe that's the water I was picking up. Maybe you guys don't have huge water in your chart. It's more just a healing energy I'm picking on. Because we have two healing cards. I think this spirit is really helping you. Okay. This spirit is helping you sort of heal your autonomy. This spirit is helping you heal your self-actualization. And what I mean by these things is that you may have had your curiosity robbed at a very early age by being punished whenever you would ask questions or told, whenever you'll do something wrong and you would ask why to try and learn, you were told that, like, don't ask why, like, you know what you did. Or you could have had, at a very early age, told you weren't allowed to like something or to invest in something, or you felt very guilty for liking something. Like, I'm going to open up about something with me is I've always fucking loved, like, Barbie dolls, like girls' toys, like all these things. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that the 𝒲𝓁𝓶𝒶, the gay boy, likes the Barbie dolls and the fairies and the pink. Um, but when I was younger, I never told anyone, and I would pretend I wasn't interested in them. And I did it to protect myself. And this is something here of, like, you're reinvesting or rediscovering these things, and the spirit is here to help you sort of rediscover yourself, because you've had yourself stunted at a very early age. And this happened because your family may come from a long line of tradition, or your family comes from a line of very mm, how do I say, very lineage carrying oriented mindset. Whenever I think of Taurus, I think of a very comfortable and welcoming home to people outside of the home, but inside of the home, there's a lot of fights that are going on that they don't show people. And that's sort of the energy here of, like, you had a lot of pushback from your family, and the outer world sort of didn't really give you it. It was more like the family gave you this, like, pushback. And this worth problem. There's, like, a struggle with worth, especially with Taurus here, because Taurus rules possessions, worth, money, the sort of desire. So, like, there was a stunting of the desire and the self-actualization around desire. And that's sort of what this spirit is helping you with. Um, the spirit is helping you sort of not move on into a phase of your life where you could accidentally create something and then have it all fall apart because you didn't heal something. This spirit is going to be with you for a long time, I feel like, especially with Archangel Metatron. Metatron is a very infinite being. Not how I say he, they work in many dimensions at once, like all archangels, all spiritual beings work in many dimensions, but especially angels. Angels are dimension hopping, time traveling beings, infinite beings that can expand their energy far beyond a lot of spiritual beings. And that's sort of something that's being shown up here, is that, like, this being is not going to allow any timeline, any version of you experience anything that could crumble or fall apart without you sort of having the right time to work through certain elements that have happened in your life. Because it's almost like they want to find you the light in your life, find the glint in your life. Wheel of Fortune, yes, yes, yes. Page of Voices, that's that discovering, that learning, that growing. It's like, again, you had your interests, your hobbies, your wants, your desires, what you wanted to sort of learn about in school. You may have had that stunted at a very early age, and that's why the page is here, because you're not a king, you're not a knight, you're not a queen, you're a page. You've graduated from the suit, so you've graduated 1 to 10. You understand what it means to sort of think, you understand how to make decisions, you understand pain, and you understand how your mind can contribute and create pain in your life. And now you're at a point in your life where you want to invest in something, where you have the determination, the will, the ability to decipher what is and what isn't meant to be yours. And there's sort of this energy here of, like, you're allowed to sort of feel out this process, like, take your time. There is no rush. It's almost like you're protected, and you have this sort of stability that you can rely on. Whether it's in your family, even though you may, like, begrudgingly not want to accept it, like, you may have, like, a home or money to fall back on, like, or even if it isn't those things, maybe you just have people in your life who are able to comfort and assist you. Justice reverse, yeah. Right now, this spirit, what they're doing is sort of paying back karma, especially with the wheel upright. They're paying back karma, or times in your life where you had things stolen from you, opportunities, friendships, love, whatever it is. They're paying back that karma, and not to those people. You don't need to think in that way. You don't need to think in that way. They're paying it back by bringing it back around into your life, especially with the wheel here. Everything that you've had stolen or sort of unrightfully so done to you, it's sort of bringing itself back around to help you, especially the Two of Voices reverse. You need to love release. Yeah. What this spirit is doing is to help you sort of progress so that you can find a love partnership as well. I think there may be a manifestation here of, like, wanting a partnership in love, and just sort of just working through the things, working through the fixtures. And what you may be doing right now is deciphering what you do want in love, instead of, like, thinking about, oh, I just want love, right? And then investing into anyone who just crosses your path and being like, okay, this is the person, like, I can't wait for it to evolve, and then being upset when they let you down ultimately because, you didn't take a step back to be like, wait, do I actually value and want this person in my life? Do they actually take care of me and show up in the ways that are meaningful? It's like you're discovering how to do something in a way that is actually going to pay off tenfold. And it's like nothing has passed you by that. Okay, I'm going to say a mantra for you since I gave Power 1 a mantra, and this is the mantra I'm hearing for you guys. I feel like the spirit is really giving it to me. Nothing that is meant to be mine will pass me by. Nothing that is meant to be mine will pass me by. Live your truth and share the love that is in your soul. Release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. Yeah, it's like you're shedding the layers that are keeping you from, again, being your true self. Showing that autonomy and expressing your love, your wants, your desires, your needs, and your creativity. The universe is on your side, and the spirit is on your side. I feel like the spirit is making things happen in the spirit world. They're a very powerful being. I'm sure whatever pile you picked in Luminous by Chaya's reading, they are a very powerful spiritual being. They're not just like any being. You know, I'm sure every being on the other side is very powerful, but this one has a way of controlling fate and karma or timelines. They have a way of making things happen that other spirits sort of like have more of a nudge. This one has more of a like a kick or a punch, I'm seeing. Um, they have a way of divinely orchestrating events. All right, my pal too. I hope that makes sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. And remember, if this did resonate, please be sure to leave a like on this video. Please be sure to go subscribe and like over on Luminous by Chai's video. And until we meet again, I'm sending you all so much love and light. Bye. Hi, beautiful souls who chose power number 3, and welcome to your reading today on what spirits surround you and why. I'm going to quickly reiterate, as I said in the intro, this is a collaboration reading, and this is part 2 technically. Part 1 is what spirits surround you, and this video is why they surround you, so part 2. Part 1 was done by the amazing and talented, beautiful reader Luminous by Chai. All links to their channel will be down below, so please be sure to check out their video. And as I'm sort of preparing to pull your cards now, as I'm sort of preparing to pull your cards now, I'm going to lay them out. If this video does end up resonating, please be sure to leave a like, as it helps me connect to more people like you, but it helps people like you connect to more videos like these. And if you want to go that extra step, that extra mile, you can of course subscribe. I would welcome you into our community with loving arms. We are building a very safe space, and I feel so loved. I feel so appreciated in this space, and I hope you do too. That's all I ever try to do, is to share these holistic messages of love and light from the highest beings, and to sort of create a community where I can, have friends and be people who are like-minded that I can share this beautiful content with. So yeah, let's get into why the spirits around you surround you. I feel like you have a lot of funny spirits around you. I feel like you do. You have like a lot of like like spirits who sort of lighten things up. Because I feel like you have a very like harsh job, like maybe it mentally drains you, maybe you're a psychologist, a nurse, a doctor, like something that just drains you. Maybe you're like even something in an office, like where you work with numbers all day. It's like I feel like you have like a funny spiritual team to sort of lighten you up, and that's why they're around you, is to sort of like bring that lightness to your energy, especially with the leap card here. I mean, look at that. And the full moon. And that's funny. I want to say that this was the only deck to get astrology cards to do with the moon. You got 2 full moons and a full moon here. Something that I want to say is that the spirit that surrounds you at the moment is sort of, I think they're coming to a close in your life. And I don't want to say completely. I just want to say, like, I feel like the job that they've done in your life is like, sort of like, it's been achieved. And what they're here to help you do is to either end out something or to help you through an extremely emotionally turbulent time. Signs and reminders: don't let your pride get in the way, locked away. I think they helped you work through a lot of trauma, or they helped you sort of fully realize who you are. A personal issue reaches resolution. This could be about, interesting. This could be about health concerns as well. Like so I feel like this is only for select few. If you've had like a lot of health problems in your life, like a lot of them seem to be looking to get better, and it seems to be staying that way. And the spirit's going to be leaving your life as sort of they stay that way. The reason why they came into your life, again, is to lighten your life up. You may have had these health problems that really put a damper on your life and your ability to enjoy things, because you may have had to say no to a lot of things, not being able to do a lot of things that you wanted. But it seems like there's this turning away, and it could have been to do with the chest, the heart. It could have been to do with like the rib cage, or it could have been to to do with like the cracking or breaking of a bone or something. It seems like there's an ending that's happening here with all these full moons, and something that you're being told to keep in mind, and what this spirit's sort of telling me, I keep hearing it. Um, is that this universe wants you to be happy. This universe wants you to move out of what you're used to. It doesn't want you to experience this anymore because you've experienced it enough. It's like your soul came down to experience this certain thing that you went through. And I'm not saying you're deserving of it or that you're, you caught it upon yourself. I'm just saying that, like, I feel like your soul understood on a subconscious level that this was going to happen, and that it sort of did want to go through it in a way. Um, and to learn from it, to experience it, because that's what Earth is. It's an experience. I feel like I can say that I'm in a safe space where, like, you guys hopefully understand that and won't misconstrue it and take it as a negative, right? Um, Something that I want to share here is that you're being asked not to allow the stories of, like, I'm too scared, or I'm too good to do that, or I don't do things like that, to get in the way of your experiencing, because I feel like your life is changing right now. And you're just being reminded that you're allowed to experience things beyond what you've known as the comfortable, and you're receiving a lot of signs and synchronicities, like repeating numbers every day or something, and they don't really have a significant meaning. Like, it's not like, oh my god, 111, this big thing's gonna happen. It's more like they're giving you like these signs to say, hey, you got up today, you brushed your teeth, you got out of bed, you went out and you went shopping. Like, that is enough. Like, you are on the right path. You're doing great, sweetie. It's like they're just trying to encourage you. Or maybe it does have those significant meanings. I'm not trying to take away from things. I'm just saying it's like they're trying to encourage you, and that's why you have so many signs and reminders being given to you at the moment. You could have just synchronistic events, stuff like that. Something that I want to say, because I'm getting pains in my neck and my back. My neck, my back. Okay, sorry. See, your spiritual team is so funny. This spirit around you is so funny. Whoever they are. You may have carried the emotional burden of your family. You may have felt like you had to heal them, or to sort of deal with them, or to be the person who sort of helped people in your family. You're sort of letting go of that narrative, or you're being asked to let go of that narrative, and you're healing a lot of sort of things that have it's not even confined you. It's just things you've carried that weren't for you to carry. It sort of felt like you had to be the savior, the hero, especially with don't let your ego get in the way. It's like you felt like you had to be the person who held everything together. Otherwise it would have all fell apart. And this spirit was here to remind you that you don't. Like, it's not that serious. It's not your job. This spirit was sort of teaching you that. And I feel like you repressed a lot of things just to continue going, to be able to function. And there's sort of this, like, you're letting it all go. You're saying goodbye to it. Remember how I was saying, like, don't let an old pattern of thinking, or like, don't let the way that you're used to life get in the way of new things, especially with opportunity and change here. This spirit is sort of trying to create a new narrative in your life before they leave. Um, they're trying to help you say yes to doing something, or even if it isn't saying yes to doing something, it's like just putting yourself out there, meeting new people, putting yourself in a space that is in a receptive space of, like, maybe you message a content creator that you're extremely fans of, and you also do the same thing on YouTube. You know what I mean? It's like you're being encouraged to do that, or like a musician, or like asking someone out, or like saying no to that person. You're just being asked to keep going and making these changes in your life, because you're letting go of old patterns, and you're sort of coming to a resolution that has sort of you've dealt with for so long. Vulture, nothing's wasted. Yes, you have not let any experience go to waste. You have really, I feel like you understood the assignment. You understood that Earth was a place of learning, and you were like, girl, like, if I'm going to carry these emotional burdens, I'm at least going to not allow them to happen in my life again. Like, you finally had that realization, and you've worked through it, and you understood the lesson that came with it. Like, I feel like you guys are very, you guys have ascended beings around you, or like, why they surround you is because these beings help you realize that there is nothing wasted, that there is a power in. Interesting. So this is crazy. Like, the vulture spirit, the moth spirit, and they sort of have reflective colors. We have let go. We have the full moon, which is all about letting go. You have a really reoccurring theme of that you are that this spirit that's around you is helping you let go of your past and to embrace something new. And I know that sounds so vague, but specifically what they're trying to do is to allow the old stories or narratives of your family, or the emotional baggages or baggage that you carry, to no longer affect you, to bring this sort of liveliness or this lightened heart to it, right? Um, and to allow a new narrative to unfold, to allow it to happen in its own time, in its own space, to where you don't have to force something to happen, right? It's just sort of like you do the work and everything else will follow. It's like you doing the work is enough to like put you in that space to where you feel confident. Like just say you have a self-worth thing, right? It came from your family, you carried that baggage, or like it's a health concern, right? So you don't go outside much because you're scared of getting sick and then you may be hospitalized, right? You work through that fear that crippled you, even though like your immune system recovered, or that worthiness thing, right? And then you go to the movies and then you meet that person, or you go to that restaurant, and then you have that courage to strike up that conversation with that waiter who seemed genuinely curious in why maybe you had to uh take uh you know check your vitals while you're at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Like, and then creating that conversation created a friend. It's like all you're being asked to do is take those steps of releasing yourself from the stories that sort of you've carried for far too long, that were no longer yours, and you've sort of done the work of learning from them, and now it's sort of allowing the newness to come in, allowing yourself to be in a receptive space by putting yourself out there. You're being asked to go first and the universe will catch you, especially with that leap card. You go first, the universe will catch you. This spirit is going to set up very serendipitous events, and that's why they're in your life, is to sort of bring that liveliness, that lightenness, to sort of. It's so funny because the first thing I picked up on is like emotional baggage, and they bring this like funny liveliness to your life. And what they're doing is they're helping you let go. They were always there to help you let go. And it's really being reflected in these cards. I'm going to keep going, see if the cards can get a bit more of an in-depth analysis, because I want to give you guys more. The Hanged Man. Oh, you're at a standstill in your life where like you've already sort of let go of these things, but now you just sort of let the narratives of what they were and what happened to you sort of like affect you, because maybe you don't feel fully safe, or yeah, or they just might like plague you or still pop up in your mind. Nine of Earth. The World. Oh my god, the World is a completion card. Oh my god, you guys keep getting so many completion cards. It's like you're done with this cycle, and why this spirit is here is because they're a spirit who's helping you close out a lot of chapters in your life. They're helping you sort of let go. And it could be surrounding beliefs, or it could be surrounding the direction you want to go in. Because maybe you want to change directions like a 360. If you don't feel like changing directions, this is not what I'm saying. I'm just saying if you felt like it, this is what it's saying. But ultimately, what's coming up here is that you're at a standstill in your life where, like, you're not where you were, but you're not where you're going to be. And you're in this uncomfortable state where you have to make a decision. And the decision can be something as simple as, just putting yourself out there, taking a chance, investing, learning, or saying no to that thought, that feeling inside of yourself, and no longer allowing it to paralyze you. So just say it was a previous relationship that traumatized you, and you didn't have the space to date for a couple years. Now you're being asked to sort of put yourself out there. It doesn't even have to be on an app. It could just be like, just say you want to also post a blog or post your music. You just post your music and you're open to, talking and getting to know people, or whatever it is. It's like just being open. And that's the choice you need to make. Ace of Water. It's like, Nine of Earth. You're being asked to express yourself. That's what's showing up here. Triple Moon Goddess. You guys could have like goddesses around you. Like the spirits that surround you and guide you are like goddesses, like Hecate, Isis. I heard Anubis. Okay, you know what? If we're going to list off gods for people, here we go. I'll list off one or two more. Brigitte. Joan of Arc. I heard Joan of Arc. You guys have very you have very like pioneering energies. It's like you're here to fight for something, and you're here to fight to be heard. You're here to lead into new waters. I keep hearing like lead into new waters, especially with the Joan of Arc being said to me. Something that I also want to say is that you bring light to this world, protection from harm. You guys could be moving into a new field of work, and it's time to say goodbye to the old, because like it doesn't serve you anymore, but you you thought that you need to take things with you, or you thought that you need to do something more, or that you didn't have enough knowledge, or you're waiting for like your ships to come in. Like, no, it's okay. You can sort of let go, surrender, allow yourself to sort of just like float into the newness. And that's something that's being highlighted here, is that you bring a light into whatever field you do. It's like you're a pioneer. You bring like a perspective or an idea or a feeling that other people can't replicate. And you're sort of being asked to be a messenger of newness. With Page of Earth here, with the world, you're being asked to bring the message of newness into your life by saying goodbye or cutting out that thing, that diet, that habit, that thing in your life, that addiction, that job, that person, right? You're being asked to bring that newness into your life so that you can let go of that baggage of the past. It's like you're letting go of the past. You're saying goodbye. And all you need to do is just sort of make a decision on saying goodbye to what you want to say goodbye to. It doesn't even have to be everything all at once. It's just one thing that you feel like emotionally is aligned with you at this present moment, instead of just ignoring it. And that's why the spirit is here, is because they're highlighting those things to you. You can't ignore them because they're constantly giving you signs about them. Something I also want to say is that you're discovering a newfound sense of worthiness, or you're discovering a newfound sense of pleasure in this world that you never had before. Whether it's like enjoying a new thing without feeling guilt about it, or feeling like you can invest in yourself or do something without feeling guilty for it. And I just want to say keep going with that. You're no longer carrying, again, those narratives of your family. It's like a personal issue reaches resolution. Your health is so much better. Like, everything's so positive here. And this spirit that's around you has been working with you. Like, you could be 21 years old, or this spirit could have been working with you for like 3 years, or this spirit, is sort of bringing a closure to those things, and the past 3 years has been a big emphasis on that, especially with the triple moon showing up. You could also be like 30. Yeah, you don't have to be those ages. I'm just saying those are like signifying messages for whoever that's for. Resource to maintain the practicality of. You're no longer focusing on the practicality, right? You're no longer focusing on like, well, that thing wouldn't work out because of this. It's like you're allowing yourself to be open. And that's sort of what Spirit's asking you to do, is to just be open. To not expect, to not need, to not attach, to just be comfortable with where you are. All right, my pile threes, I hope that made sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. If this did resonate, please be sure to leave a like. And make sure you go check out part 1 by Luminous by 𝒲𝓁. Until we meet again, I'm sending you all so much love and light again. Bye. Hi, my beautiful pile number 4. In today's reading, we're going to go into what spirits surround you and why. To quickly reiterate, as I said in the intro, today is a beautiful, beautiful collaboration reading with Luminous by 𝒲𝓁. You can go check out part 1 of this reading, as this is technically part 2, but there is no specific order that you need to watch it in. Part 1 of this reading, which is about what spirits surround you, which Luminous by 𝒲𝓁 covers. All the links to their channel will be down below. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to their channel. They so deserve it, and they're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I feel like you guys are going to be really empathetic to that cause, because I didn't say that for the other piles. So I think you guys are very empathetic towards just sharing that love in the tarot community. And as I said, today's video is going to go into why these spirits are surrounding you, sort of what they're doing, what energies they're invoking and bringing in. As I'm sort of drawing out these cards here today, I do have a channel message about, I think it was about the throat chakra. Oh my god, I said the throat chakra and then the chakra came up, unblock. Okay, I didn't even. Messenger, yeah, no, that feels good. Oh, that's funny, because you guys are the only. Wow, you got the messenger card, and I don't even know, because I don't look at these before. You also, I used my angel tarot deck for this pile, and I didn't use this angel deck for anyone else. So that's really interesting. And then I was saying we need to unblock the throat chakra. So okay, wait, before I get into that, if you do end up resonating with this video, please be sure to leave a like, as it helps me connect to more people like you, and it helps people like you connect to more videos like these. If you want to go that extra step, that extra mile, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps. It helps put me out there, and I'll be so welcoming to embrace you into our loving community that we're building here, full of like-minded souls, I hope anyway, or at least souls who just want to spread love, even if we aren't all like-minded. Okay, now I can go back to like obsessing over channeling the message. Okay, So I think there was a message about that you may work with very higher entities, and why these spirits surround you is because they connect you to the higher realms. I feel like you naturally have a way of like astral projecting or astral traveling. That's something I'm picking up. You guys have a lot of spiritual gifts. Um, and something that's happening here is that there may be a blockage to do with your throat chakra, and it's coming from the area of like, you may feel like you struggle to express yourself, or you feel like you will be seen or perceived wrong, so you don't put your opinion or your perspective out into the world, or you might just hush down or dim yourself down or hide your light. And these are problems that can arise when we have an underactive throat chakra, is that we may like dim ourselves down to make other people feel comfortable. We may shy away from the spotlight. That can also happen with a solar plexus chakra, especially with the fire sign showing up. But it's more so just putting your opinions and perspectives out there and thinking that there isn't a space for you and who you are. And I just want to say that this spirit here is to show you that there so is a space. I think you come from such a very intimate uh living environment outside of this universe, and so coming to Earth was a very harsh experience for you. I feel like you could have struggled with self-love. You could have had a really strong self-love journey that was invoked due to your family, because I only say that because I've got know you are loved and shine. There's this energy here of like you may make people feel comfortable because of the fear of being rejected, or the fear of being unloved or not well received, because at a very early age you sort of internalized a lot of people's behaviors of distance or running away, or sort of their inability to make time for you as a sort of you problem when it had nothing to do with you. And something that's happening here is, I feel like this spirit was with you since birth. Something that's happening here is, why this spirit is here is, they've helped you work through a lot of your fears, or they're helping you work through your fears regarding your voice being heard and you being seen, but then also you sort of being able to express that love towards yourself and what you're invested in. Not even just towards yourself, it's like what you're invested in. With a full moon, new moon, new moon, it's like you have evolved your self-love, like you've overcome that journey, or you're towards like sort of just you have a very habitual, you're in a very habitual place where it's like second nature now, and it's not so much of a slog as it was in the past. But the problem is that there's still some sort of fear surrounding you putting your message out into the world, and you need to sort of work to unblock this throat chakra. And that's why this spirit is here, is because they're helping you put your message out there by constantly surrounding yourself with things that remind you of your uniqueness, whether it be discovering people like me. Not to sound self-centered, it just could be one of the things. I hope that didn't come off that way. But it's like you're just constantly being reminded of like your uniqueness, and that you can't run away from it. I'm also getting a pain in my like left like chest, like on my left like breast. This could also be a heart thing, which is interesting. It could be that you're denying some sort of love. I don't often feel things in my body, so I feel like you guys are the feelers. You get your psychic gifts through feeling things in your body. You could like sit next to someone who has like a broken leg, and then all of a sudden you feel that in their leg, or your leg rather, and you don't even know, right? There's definitely that energy there. I also like have a blocked nasal passage, which is a blocked third eye chakra. This is so random. Why do I have a blocked nasal passage? Please, spirit, take it away. I don't want to feel it. There could be some sort of issues with you tapping into your spiritual gifts, or seeing the potential of what you could make. It might not even be tapping into your spiritual gifts. You could tap into those so easily, because I mean, you guys are very spiritual. Something I'm seeing here is that with take creative accountability, life is your canvas, manifestations art, you could be struggling to manifest or to tap into seeing what your future could hold, because you're so focused on the fear of what it could turn into, right? You're so focused on what you don't want it to be, instead of manifesting what you do want it to be. And you're being asked to sort of clear out that clutter and to understand you are so deserving of it. I'm going to pull more cards here. God, I really am not vibing with this blocked nasal passage. I did not have this like 2 minutes ago. Earthed, learning how to be human in this world but not of it. Oh my god, I didn't even read this, but I heard someone say, read the card. And oh my god, that is crazy, guys. I said before, you may not be from this like this universe or this spiritual plane, and like coming to Earth is really hard for you. It's like being human is not normal for you. It's like it's really outside of your comfort zone, and this is just sort of a message of clarification and confirmation. sort of understanding that your gifts are like no other. They're very strong. I'm seeing you in like a bubble, like this spiritual being that works with you. The reason that they're in your life is to help you sort of unblock and work with your chakras and your energies. You may be very new to spirituality, or it might not even be that you're new. It's just that there's elements within the chakras that are blocked. Not the entire chakra itself, just elements of it, right? Your throat chakra might be really good at connecting with people and channeling your heart center through saying words of affirmation and love to other people, but might not be able to share those words with yourself, or you might not be able to share those your perspectives. Like, it's only elements of the chakras that are blocked, or not even blocked. I don't even want to say blocked, because blocked sounds so bad. It's more just that are unaligned with your highest happiness. There we go. And with this showing up with this and this and this, what this spirit is trying to do is they're trying to keep you in a perfect energy of, like, how do I say, they make you experience things so that you can learn from them. And I know that sounds so vague, but what's happening is, it's like whenever you overcome something, it's like you say goodbye to someone, but you still have that attachment to them. Guess what? There's a reason. The spirit is invoking that energy inside of your auric field so that you can return to the memories, the feelings, so that you can properly move on from them and not have it buried for like in 40 years time when you have to return to it and you realize, oh my God, like this person affected me. It feels like this being sort of implements sort of spiritual energies or thoughts within you to help you. Because they're helping you sort of achieve some sort of spiritual success this lifetime. I feel like you work with very higher entities who, like, I don't want to say that they don't have the time to like wait for you. It's more like the energy of they don't have the lifetimes to wait for something, for you to have this breakthrough on your own. So they're evoking certain energies within you, right? Or they're evoking certain chance encounters within you, so that you can work on them, because they know you have the capability to work on them if they highlight it to you. And that's sort of what they're doing. And it's not that you're not smart or you're not doing it on your own or you're not capable. It's just that they don't have the lifetimes to wait. It's like you're meant to do it this lifetime. It's like maybe you only have a certain amount of energy to sort of incarnate on the human plane, and they need you to sort of implement a certain frequency in the earth. And this is one of the lifetimes that you need to do it in. Spiritual abundance. This to me says that this spirit guide, or this spirit, I said spirit guide, so I think they're a part of your spiritual team. This spirit sort of is protecting you in terms of monetary abundance or gain, or is sort of really unlocking the abundance of your gifts, or unlocking your spiritual knowledge that you have. It could even just be a knowledge in something that you're very talented in. Okay, no, it's spirituality, because I just turned that card. It's spirituality. Okay, sorry, I just had a bit of an interruption. Even though it is like 7 p.m, there are kids screaming in the streets and I had my windows open, so I just wanted to close that. That could be a channel message. It could be something that you have a gift for working with your inner child, or working with other people's inner childs, or you sort of bring out some sort of magic, because children remind me of like magic and fantasy. So it's like you have a gift of magic and you need to sort of like work with that in some type of way. Something I want to say is that there's something coming up in your future. I don't know what it is. It's like there's some sort of, remember how I said divinely orchestrated, or they sort of do things on purpose. It's like something like that's going to happen very soon in your life. I don't know what it is, but in the near future and perfect timing showed up. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like this spirit controls the timing of events in your life. This spirit is like a very close spirit to your soul, and they control the events in your life, and they're sort of here saying that, hey, something's going to come up soon. I don't think it's like devastating or anything. I mean, I don't know, but I seriously don't think it is. I think it's just like they're going to unlock some sort of gift, or you're going to have some prophetic dream, or like something's going to happen, right? Like you're going to finally figure out something that's been plaguing you. It's something like that. Remember how I said your manifestations may be blocked at the moment? I feel like the reason why it's blocked is because you don't feel like there's a space for you, or that you're good enough, or that, I don't know, I don't want to put that idea in your head that you're not good enough. It just might be that you feel like what you have to offer isn't enough, or what you're doing isn't enough, or that you don't have enough, or that who are you to add to the conversation. Something that you're being told is that there is always enough, and then some. And that's what the koi fish says, is that your life experience is enough to take you places. The things that you've experienced, the way that you feel, your desires, that is enough. And there's almost like, let your true nature shine. This could also be that you could be struggling with like a bit of a mindset of like, I don't have money, and this is actually affecting your manifestations, because guess what? Money's a frequency. We can pull on and tug on that frequency. You know, I do manifestation work for simple things like YouTube viewers, and it works. Like I do simple things like reminding myself that there is a space for me to exist within the tarot community on YouTube, because you know I share that same sentiment of not feeling like my voice is good enough or that I have the knowledge. You know, I'm a 20-year-old who's still figuring out life myself. Like I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like an idiot, like, who am I to preach to the choir, you know what I mean? Like, who am I to stand amongst all these divine beings and say that I have the knowledge and I have the answers and I read cards? But there's this energy of needing to sort of break and look beyond that because it may be, plaguing you, and you have something more to say or contribute. Oh my god, we have the Lover and then the Heart showing up. It could be to do with that, you have a desire and you wanna do it or invest in it, but you just, you don't think you should. Which is interesting because a lot of these piles have had overlapping energies in that type of way, sorry. Um, this could be saying, because it's all surrounded about manifestation, is that you can seriously manifest this into your life. Like, you can manifest everything. Oh my god, Jupiter is the planet of manifestations, blessings, abundance. Oh my gosh, guys, it's also the spiritual teacher. Jupiter is the spiritual teacher. It is not the karmic teacher, it's the spiritual teacher. It's the lessons, it's oh my god, it's luck, it's growth. Um, see, this is interesting because we got Libra and Leo. This could be about having your art seen. And art could be anything. It could be spirituality itself, or it could be an actual art form of like music, painting. Maybe you just have a unique point of view in the field that you work in, and that is artistic. Like, it's very different. Um, okay. We have Queen of Swords. I'm going to talk more about these star signs. Don't worry, I'm just pulling these cards. Ten of Swords. I'm not going to butcher the angels' names. I don't know how to speak Hebrew. I'm not going to be that person. Okay. Oh, yeah, Mihail. 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 See, I did it. I butchered it. See, don't trust me with anything. Okay, what do we have happening here? Okay, it's learning to balance your desires with your ability to act, because it's almost like you overwhelm yourself with the action you want to take in your life, and then you don't take any action at all. And it's like you have all this knowledge, you have this power, you have this knowingness that you are sort of good enough to do it, but you sort of may downplay it. But there's this energy here of not overwhelming yourself with the steps you need to take and just doing what you can today. Whether it's just saying those affirmations to yourself, practicing, doing it with a friend, writing, whatever it is, it's putting it out there in the most simple way that you can without overwhelming yourself and getting too attached that everything has to be perfect, especially Queen of Swords and Temperance showing up with Leo the Lover. You have such a tremendous amount of ability to cultivate and put out and cultivate and disseminate your image in the way that you want to. You have so much power over your image, your creative image, that other people don't. Like, it's almost like you have ideas channel through you like so easily. And this spirit helps you with that. And something the spirit is trying to do is bring a balance and awareness to your beingness of how you may be able to take those practical steps and use the divine knowledge that you channel. Because this spirit is like here to heavily protect you. Like, it's like this spirit is almost like, I mean, almost like a soulmate or a twin flame, or like something on the other side that just is so aligned with you. It's almost like it's yourself. It's almost like this spirit is yourself, you know. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, the Sun. This could be understanding that your mental anguish could be a way that you channel into your art, or that you bring awareness to the way that you struggle every day from sort of sadness, grief, or I'm not diagnosing here. I just say this very lightly because I'm seeing a combination of cards that I attribute to this. Mental turbulence in such things as like depression, like you may have depressive episodes, or overarching themes of depression, or I'm not saying you have it, I'm just saying that you could take a lot of themes from that and experience them quite often. And there's this mental turbulence that you experience that sort of takes you away from your art and your craft and yourself. And this spirit sort of helps you bring yourself out of it by reminding you of your spirituality, and protects you from sadness. Like, it protects you from bad things happening to you whenever you're going through these things. Like, it protects, you know, people being mean to you, like, you know what I mean, to just remind you of the beauty of the world. There's also something here of like childhood innocence. It's like they protect your innocence from the world tainting it. It's like they have an energy of coming to your auric field and reminding you like, no, like love, true love does exist, and like the magic of the universe is true. Dragons are real. Fairies talk to you. You know what I mean? Like this being has that energy of reminding you of your inner child and to not allow it to slip away into nothingness. I think this being has a sacred duty of protecting that and protecting you. Not even protecting that, it's protecting you. That's their sacred duty. That's why this spirit is around you. And I feel like in that they disseminate a lot of their spiritual information to you, because it's almost like they're an ascended master who just like merges their energy and their knowledge with you. Okay, let's go to the next ones. Letting go, creativity, and love. Oh my god, you have so many cards of love. You guys are just so pure-hearted. You are so connected to your heart center. You may function through your heart center. You have so much unconditional love to share, and this spirit has so much unconditional love for you. Like, if this spirit was incarnated on Earth, I'm convinced that you would be married from like the age of 10, and like you would not have any other lover. And it's almost like they didn't do that because there's no reason for them to do that, but like they could do that. You know what I mean? It's like you have this connection with this spirit that is so beyond like words, and they acknowledge that the love that you have is so pure and so unconditional and so childlike, and it's so protected by this being. And the reason it's protected is because your love, your passion, your desire is your channeled force and creativity. You do channel out of pain, and you do channel out of experience, but it's not like other people where they develop a method. You just sort of like flow with it, and you use your whimsy, and you enact upon the moment, especially with Jupiter there. It's like everything just hits you at the right time. Like when it's the right time to post or do something, you will do it. When you need the idea the most, and you will channel it. When you need the image of what you need to present as, or to put like the art out as, you will receive that image, and you will just have it like painted in your head like a canvas. That's something that shows up here. It's almost like this being brings joy into your life, or it's almost like, I feel like it's twofold. You bring joy into their existence, and they bring joy into your life, and by protecting you, loving you. And it's almost like, it's so beautiful. Like, I want to cry. Like, I don't have any words to summarize it. I actually want to take back that your manifestations may be blocked. I feel like the only reason it may feel blocked is just because like you may be over attached to what your life is meant to look like, when in fact it's manifesting perfectly. If you're unhappy with something, you're being asked to sort of take accountability for it. If you're unhappy with the group of friends you have, well, how are you putting yourself out there to bring in new friends? You know what I mean? Just say you're unhappy with a group of friends because they're toxic. Well, how are you bringing in healthy friends? Are you finding friends at like so for example, if you're interested in spirituality and the friends around you aren't, like, are you going to like seminars of like spiritual concerts, or like festivals, or are you going to yoga classes? Are you reaching out to people? Like, how are you sort of not taking those steps? Because it feels like everything wants to fall into your lap, and it does perfectly when you take those steps. And that's something that's being highlighted here. It's not so much that your manifestations are blocked, it's that you may be not taking accountability in your life. And it might just be because you're so hurt, because you're such a loving being. And that's okay. I'm not blaming you, and I'm not trying to victimize you. Sorry, I'm not trying to like victim blame you, sorry, not victimize you. You might be victimizing yourself, like, woe is me. But there's this energy here of like, you have so much love, and you can make it your most treasured action by living every day as if like you are love itself. You can show love to yourself and like not crave it from others. And that's sort of what's being highlighted here. And this being does that for you. This being like weeps on your shoulder when you weep. And it almost like reminds you like, hey, chin up, like, and I see them like taking their finger and like swiping it across your, or maybe it doesn't have a finger, right? It could be a fucking light, just a light. But this being like taking its energy and wiping it across your face and wiping those tears and saying like, hey, like, it's okay, I'm here for you, I love you, it comforts you. Like, whenever you get those tingles when you start crying, that's that being immediately like dropping everything it was doing within this universe to come just engulf itself in your energy. This being has nothing but love for you. And this being just wants you to be seen, especially with the sun here and let your light shine, or let it shine. This being only wants you to be seen for who you are. I feel like you're very, very innocent. Like, not that you haven't had many lifetimes, but when you incarnate, there is a very specific, powerful purpose behind it. And this lifetime is like no different. It could also be that you haven't incarnated much or you don't, or that you're from a very higher, more lighter realm. So when you do incarnate, it is a journey for you. It's like a very harsh journey that you love and you treasure because you're so knowledgeable and you're so able to decipher these codings because you see things from a higher perspective. I've got so many cards here saying like higher perspective as well. Wow, wow, wow. I think this being helps you channel higher perspectives or higher beings. That's all I've got for you, my pile number fours. I hope that made sense. I'm sending you all so much love and light. Mwah. Please be sure to leave a like if it did resonate. And until we meet again, I'm sending you all so much love and light. Make sure you check out Luminous by Chai as well. Okay. Bye. Bye.